wild, I must say. Such mixes are rarely seen these days, a combination of a shooter and real-time strategy. I can only recall two parts of Natural Selection, Parkan and Silica, but in reality there are quite a few such games. The hybrid game of strategic shooter is quite niche, so it hasn't gained much recognition. My acquaintance with this game dates back to 2019, but at that time I couldn't really get into it. It seemed long, tedious and dull, unlike the more dynamic first part. Now returning to this game 4 years later, I have completely changed my opinion about it. Played for dozens of hours and am ready to provide a modest review of this creation. It's time to dive into a simulator of asteroids assaults, epic space battles, tactical nuke incoming, and the 5th year of early access. So, any review is worth starting with the developer and their previous works. I won't deviate from tradition. In our case, it's quite straightforward because Hesketh Studios, who created the Executive Assault duology, exclusively developed it. I could tell you about the publisher, but it's the same studio, so there's no need to dwell on the production aspect. In this game you can play two roles: the CEO, who sits in a comfy chair and controls the corporation, and the executor, who is a super soldier ready to crush the enemy CEO. But roles have one task: to destroy the enemy. CEO controls the opposing corporation. You might think there are various ways to eliminate the enemy CEO: blowing up their base with nuclear bomb, deploying a massive fleet into the system and wiping them out with the control center, sneaking quietly into the office using various devices and eliminating them. But it's not like that at all. Yes, you can blow up the enemy's base with a dozen nuclear bombs, no one's stopping you. Yes, you can introduce a fleet of ships into the enemy system and obliterate their base. That's possible. Yes, you can stealthily infiltrate the base and, disguised as a portal plant, sneak somewhere. That's loved. But the path to destroying the CEO is mostly the same. You bring your army into the enemy system, somehow land on their base, lead a dozen or so soldiers to the command center, pry open the door and kill the enemy. The details may vary, but the overall scenario is always the same. About the graphics, I don't think I need to say much. It has improved in the first part, but it still shows that it's an indie project. I also can say that it's a good and interesting project. If you enjoyed games like Stellaris, Homeworld, StarCraft 2 or Star Wars Forces of Corruption, it's worth giving it a try. The project has enough depth and content to keep you immersed for a good couple of hours, but not more. It's a solid technical demo. Yes, it was playing, but it's designed for a very niche audience and for a short time. It can provide any progression even in the form of the number of games played in the corner of the screen or an account level. One notable quality of this game is that it maintains a good balance. It strikes a balance between emptiness and content overload, between rawness and a polished game, and it balances between event saturation and information void. In general, I personally enjoyed the game, but if I were to give it a rating, it's something close to 4 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5. That's all for today. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to know about my new videos. See you soon.